we're not. This is fun. This is cool. So, it's Monday, April 16th. Today is a great day for the breakdown. We have Steven Kuhn joining us today. Steven is, a serial entrepreneur, a public speaker, I would say even an influencer to a certain extent. We're going to have a great conversation today around a number of topics varying from, it could be how to make your first $1 million starting your first business to how to utilize your LinkedIn network and LinkedIn connections. We are having a little bit, so Steven's all the way out in Budapest, but it's not his fault. It's in Chicago. Our Wi-Fi is kind of bad, so we're going to try and make that a pleasant experience for everybody. But stay tuned today on The Breakdown. All right, cool. So we're back. So I want to just first introduce Steven Kuhn. Steven, welcome to The Breakdown. What's going on? How are things out in Europe?
Thanks so much. Things in Europe, it's a bit different than they are in the States, that's for sure, considering what's going on in the Middle East, Northern Africa and stuff. So it's definitely a heightened alert stages over here, although the Europeans tend not to get out of whack too easily. So a little bit of both. And of course, being an American veteran, I watch those things quite attentively.
Right. So all things considered, things are not bad, but yeah, it is a tense time, right. I think. So I want to dive into this. So you, obviously veteran, Bronze Star recipient, if I remember correctly. And what are you doing now? What's in Budapest? Let's go all the way back. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's in Budapest is my incredible and amazing the woman I met here 9 years ago. That kept me here. I came here as a turnaround consultant. So I've been in Europe since 1993 when I ETS'd out of the military. Mm-hmm. After 8 years serving in Germany in the CAV on the border, east-west Germany, cavalry and armored group brigades, and one tour in Iraq, I got out and stayed in Europe. And I lived in 9 countries and, just bounced around. And the last country I was in, where I was turning around a business, was Hungary, and that's where I met my wife. Who is now my wife. We've been together for 8 years, almost 9 years now, and I have 2 children.
That's awesome.
So 2.5 and 3.5 years old. Yes.
Wow, that's really amazing. I've never been to Europe. My friends always make fun of me for that. Never been, but got to make it out there. So you're out in Budapest. You do a lot of consulting work, speaking. Real quick, do you speak any other languages?
Yes, I do. I speak, read, and write German. I do regular German TV, and I have a bestseller in Germany. And I've been, So I'm basically German by all accounts. That's where I spend most of my time.
Yeah.
So I speak a bit of Hungarian, a bit of Turkish, a bit of French, a bit of Spanish.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So all right, so let's start here. I'll use myself as an example. I want to make $1 million. Where do I start?
Well, wow. The first thing that people got to realize is that it's seldom an idea that makes the million. It's serving a problem that makes the million. So if there's a common problem out in society and you have a solution for it, you, my friend, are going to get rich quick. Rich is relative. What does it mean to be rich? What does it mean to be wealthy? Everyone measures it differently. Some people need more, some people need less, some people want more. For instance, me being wealthy, I was talking to my partner Jack today, me being wealthy, it means having as much time as possible to do what I want to do.
Right.
If I want to work more, then I want to work more. But it's that wealth to me means time. Mm-hmm. That's what I count as wealth. But so if you want to make $1 million, find the solution for the problem. And that problem can start at your level and can go all the way up to who knows what. Mm-hmm. And if you have that problem, and you can show people, here's the problem, here's the solution, and here's the resolution, boom, you're in business.
Yep. Love it. That's shorter answer than I thought it was going to be, Just go out and say.
It's literally that simple. It's literally that simple.
Yeah. But do you have a specialty? Do you have an area, an industry that you prefer to work in? Like, do you like to do consulting work through, physical product, or is it creating human experiences? What is your thing?
Well, it's usually service-oriented.
Yeah.
What I do.
Okay.
I've branched out to the e-commerce trade, so to say, and my first try at it, I made $30 million for a company in 6 months, so that was pretty good. That was pretty good results.
Yeah.
And that made me, e-commerce famous. So that's when I started speaking at the e-commerce events, mm-hmm. which then made me the go-to guy for as entrepreneurs, because most of these e-commerce trades are drop shippers, or they make money on Facebook, or and they're not really business people. They're people who have a massive cash flow, but they don't have a product because everything they sell is from third party. So if that third party doesn't exist, or Facebook changes their algorithms overnight, they're out of business and they have a cash flow. So these guys need advice, and these guys need a consultant. So I help them with their businesses, and they help me with my online empire.
Yeah,
that I'm building.
Mutually beneficial relationship there, I'd say.
Exactly.
Yeah. So taking advantage and leveraging these platforms is something that, like, I feel like it's something that you're supposed to be doing, but people don't do it. And I think, and I have it written down on a little thing here, that like bad Facebook. So I think it's a really relevant time to talk about a platform like Facebook right now. Zuckerberg last week, he took his UFO down to Washington, D.C., and no, he didn't, nothing. And he went and testified in front of Congress, and there might be implications for, not just Facebook, but for things like Google AdWords, Amazon ads. That not right now, but that could be something down the line, I guess. So what do you think about being able to leverage these platforms, or do you think people would be able to find ways to still reach audiences through a subscription-based platform, like if Facebook charged $11 a month or something like that, or should we be taking advantage of now?
I can't believe that'll ever happen. Look, Facebook, the fastest growing demographic is over 50, over 60 years old. That's the fastest growing demographic in Facebook. Mm-hmm. They're not actually consumer friendly, so they don't buy that much, but that's the fastest growing one. So I can't imagine them charging pensioners and retirees $11 a month. Number one. Number two, you have a young crowd who don't have $11 a month, and that also makes up a huge demographic. Now I don't know, now I'm going to say my European people say you've been in Europe too long when I talk like this. I'll tell you straight. Rosen, you there?
I'm still here. We're kind of choppy. If it drops, everybody on Facebook, if it drops, we'll pull it back up. So, all right. Looks like we might have had a drop. Stand by. In the meantime, I have a riddle. Here's a riddle. What do you yeah, it's fine. Which word will you answer? Good. You're good. All right, I go to video. Hold on. Oh, one sec. I know you can't see me. All right.
Modern technology.
There we go. We're in the future now. Yeah, maybe we should spend it. So you were saying
jumping back into the $11 per month subscription base. Look, for me, that's just the way what the Europeans already did. They passed laws for censorship, and they can control Facebook, and they can control any sort of social media, making them the ultimate error. Meaning that it's just basically censorship of public information.
Right.
So that's basically the same way they're doing it. But in America, it's much harder because the American public is more informed than the European public in that respect. Mm-hmm. Anyway, moving along, there's always going to be a way to make money online, because that's the new business period. That's the new commerce period. And leveraging Facebook, everyone thinks, Facebook is the biggest platform for marketing. But unless you're a whiz or even halfway decent at Facebook ads, you're going to blow all your money. I promise you.
Yeah.
Right? There's much more solid platforms you can work with that are free. Like, let's say, for instance, LinkedIn, where I made 6 figures since January. Almost by mistake. So LinkedIn
almost by mistake.
Yeah, 520 million leads are in that LinkedIn. And everyone says, what do you mean leads? It says people. Well, these people are all told, this is a website, a networking website where you can get a job. So what do? They upload their entire life story on LinkedIn.
Yep.
And that means I can search that entire life story. So I can search the last time you switched your job, where you worked before, how long you were there, how long you were in your new job, and almost what you're earning. Because I can look at your company, how big they are, how many people in the company, how many revenue they made. And if I sign up for LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which is an internal CRM system, I can literally search down to the smallest denominator, like your dog's name. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like anything you put in there, I can search. What does that mean? If I know my customer avatar, my customer profile, my demographic, I can find you, and I just need to lay it in front of you, and you will buy it. Why? Because I know your problem, and I have the solution.
Right. How do you determine who your target is? I mean, yes, you do it through experience, I guess, and through asking people, is this something you want, I suppose.
Right.
Yeah.
You target it through the problem. Mm-hmm. What problem are you solving? What problem is your product solving in the market? What need are you serving in the market? Right? So, you can look at almost anything. I mean, my service as a coach, like I coach CEOs, build it to the next level. It's like a 3-month program.
Yeah.
And I will literally go on LinkedIn for 2 days and I'll land 2 clients.
Yeah.
And I'll turn it back off again and I'll put on something else.
Right. So you kind of just like, it's not like a set it and forget it. It's not like here's a picture of my product I'm selling. I'm going to go target like these 5 states.
No.
You're narrowing it down. You know exactly who you're selling to.
Niche is where the money is.
Yeah.
The more niche you are, the more you can cater to their needs. The more you know exactly what they need. Because as someone who only likes Ferraris, you know what you can only sell them a Ferrari, right?
Yeah.
Right. So why would I try to sell them a VW Bug or something?
Yeah.
I have no idea where I came from.
Exactly. Is that the same? Right. Yeah. Exactly.
That was in my subconscious for some reason.
Yeah. So how did you learn? Where did you get started? Like, how did you learn how to leverage LinkedIn?
Oh wow! I ask questions. So this is what I learned a long time ago. My grandfather told me a bunch of things. This is when he said it. He said, "Look, if you can learn, that's great, but don't bother learning if you can ask somebody." Mm-hmm. Right? He said, "Look, if someone is where you want to be, go freaking ask them.
Right.
How'd you get there? Can you show me?" Mm-hmm. And that's what I did. I've literally had 50 mentors in my life, and never paid them a dime.
Yep.
And most of them right now, most of them are over 80, and most of them, the rest of them are unfortunately have passed. Mm-hmm. But I've had some incredible mentors, people that people would know,
right.
Actually. I mean, it's just because I asked. I said, look, I want to get there. How do I do it?
Yeah.
Like I founded, I'm a co-founder of Germany's largest non-party political organization, which turned into a party. It's now the second largest party in Germany. And that's because I asked, hey, can I get involved? What is this? What do you guys do? I can help you with this. I can do that. I can do this.
Yeah.
And here I am. So it's ridiculous when people say, oh, I could never do that. Find somebody who's doing it and go ask them. Mm-hmm. How do you do it? Can you show me? Yeah. And you know what? People love to teach.
They do. They love it. People love to talk. They love to teach. It's funny because like you're saying everything. It sounds so simple.
It is.
Because it is.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
We make it way too complicated. It's literally.
Oh man. When you're like, I'm trying to think just asking my question. How do you create like mutually beneficial relationships? So how do you create referral systems? If you have something to offer, how do you make sure that, or how do you make it easier for yourself to close that deal?
Well, first of all, I look for a partner who does what I don't like to do. So, for instance, I love connecting people because that's what I'm good at. I have massive contacts, a massive network. It's because I'm always in win-win. And now, the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to that is making these contacts, working with each other. They say, your network is your net worth and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Well, that's nice. That's a nice buzzword. But what does that mean? That means that I live by the principles HIT. They call me the hit man. HIT. Honesty, integrity, and transparency. And that honesty and that transparency means everything I say, everything I do, every reason I have, every word that comes out of my mouth and every deal that I make is built on honesty and transparency. The byproduct of honesty and transparency is integrity. Every healthy relationship on this freaking planet is built on integrity. Mm-hmm. Every healthy relationship is built on integrity. So if you have integrity and people see that in you, that right away is a win. They're going to trust you with everything they have. And I live this over and over and over. And then I find people, for instance, I know I have clients, and I talk to people, I go, what can I sell, or what service do you have that my guys need and have a problem? Mm-hmm. I've recently found publicity, for instance, right? I have in my network so many people who never were in Forbes magazine, or entrepreneur.com, or whatever. So that's what I did. I just, found a publicist and say, how does this work? They told me, and I did it.
Yeah.
Done. Literally. Again, what did I do? I asked. I also asked, let's go 50-50, and you do all the work. I'll just bring a client. They said, deal. Yeah. So I spend 15 minutes, write 5 emails, send them off. That takes them all day to do the work. Sometimes it takes up to 3 months, but then when they close, I get, anywhere, about $2,000 per deal.
Yeah.
For 15 minutes work. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's one part of it. And then I have growth hacking. I do the same thing, but I get a little more involved. And I mean, there's just so many different businesses out there, but the key is this. You don't have to form a second business. You don't have to form an LLC. You don't have to have a logo. You don't have to have, a big deal, a brick and mortar. You just have to have 2 companies, 2 people that do opposites, that create one whole entity. Mm-hmm. And then whoever gets paid pays the other guy.
Right,
simple as that.
Right.
Literally, keep it simple.
Yeah.
Honest to God, keep it simple. Joint venture.
Yeah. That's great advice. I mean, I think one thing, especially, and this might just be, especially in like the tech industry, asking questions around like raising capital and stuff. it's very easy to get like dragged down into kind of like the buzzwords of it all. Like, yeah, I'm going to go raise VC, whatever. But in the early days too, and I know this for myself to be true, I always had a really, really hard time asking what I would consider dumb questions. And I think that that's pretty common in the early stage entrepreneur space, is like you don't want to walk into a room and not be like super well versed in everything, I guess, if that makes sense.
Well,
yeah.
If I can add to that, see, one of the things that I don't want to say teach, one of the things I hone in leaders is that presence in a room. When you walk into a room, that presence you have, where you say only what needs to be said, and you're an active listener only.
Right.
So when someone asks you a question, you deflect and say, well, Steven, what do you do? So, well, I do a bit of consulting, but you're talking about what you're doing in Florida, what was that thing you're doing? So you're always deflecting back to them. You're actively listening means you're listening what they're saying and you're hearing what they mean, right? And you're asking questions according to what they're asked. So you keep the conversation going, because he who asks leads the conversation.
Right.
Number one. Number two, you elevate them. When people come into the conversation, you elevate them. Oh, this is Joe. He's a fantastic guy. He was just talking about his business. It sounds amazing. And this is John. This guy saved my life the other day when he was doing this and that and the other.
Yeah.
Makes you feel great. Wow, look at Steve. He's such a great guy. And it's because I get a lot out of elevating people. It's sort of egotistical of me, because I get more of it than they usually do. Now, I feel great because they feel great. They look like they're light on their feet. They're agile. And they're feeling like good. You're helping them grow their business by simply elevating them. And that makes you a person of interest.
Yep.
In that room. So there is no wrong point. They're going to be like, well, what do you do? And you say, well, I have a startup with this IT and stuff like that, and possibly I'll be looking for equity. And they'll be like, whoa, suddenly you're interesting. Why? Because you actively listened and you elevated.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense. Like I feel like you've trained yourself to constantly look for win-win. So even if you are sort of, let's call it selfishly boosting somebody else's ego in order to then make you reflect back on you, but you still boosted that person's ego. You still did a good job doing that. So
exactly.
I love that. So constantly looking for win-wins, and I think that's a really difficult thing for people to understand, is like partnerships. And
it's because they think too much. What is the easiest path between A and Z? What is the easiest path? I have strengths, you have strengths. Where do we meet in the middle?
Right.
And what is that middle point? And can we make money from that middle point?
Right.
Yes or no? If not, let's find a third person.
Yeah.
See?
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I have a partner in Amsterdam who I've never met, and we've already made 6 figures. Never met her. Never even saw her face on video. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But, we trust each other. I have without me, she cannot exist, and without her, I can't exist in this business.
And that just looks like, you come across somebody who says, I need this one thing, and you know that this person has something that you can't necessarily give, but maybe she can in Amsterdam. So then you reach out and say, person A, I have the solution for you, and it's over here in Amsterdam. You making that connection is what allows you to then make money, and then if you continue to do that, I mean, it's like, it's crazy. It's not rocket science. It's being a good person and having a good network.
Exactly. It's also seeing an opportunity, because the reason I met her is she called me to close me on a deal. And I said, I don't want the deal, but I want you.
Yeah.
Jesus, I want you. You're amazing. And she said, look, I take 20% of everything I sell. I said, I'm not looking at you to sell stuff. I'm looking at you as a partner.
Yeah.
She goes, what do you mean? I said, 50, I have a concept. You sell it, 50%. She's like, deal. Done.
Yeah.
So you see, you got to see, like, I've hired guys on the phone who called me trying to sell me a newspaper on the phone.
Right.
I'm like, where are you from? You from this area? Yeah, come, let's meet. And I hired them for businesses because they were so good on the phone. And I got them out of the newspaper business. I got them into sales of high-end goods or whatever. So you always look for that opportunity, not only for yourself, but for them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
of course. That makes perfect sense. And I'm like writing like my own little notes down right now. So we're all learning out here. What's like, so to be respectful of time and everything, you've given us a lot of advice. What's like your best advice you could give to a veteran right now that maybe is like a couple months off, getting off active duty or thinking about starting their own business? What would you say right now? Go do.
Keep the overhead to zero and launch businesses without money. Don't think you need to come out and be the stamp on the door business guy with a brick and mortar and overhead and all kinds of stuff. You don't need to spend money. I just discussed the other day. You don't need to spend money. There's actually businesses you can buy with no money down. Operating existing businesses that you can buy with no money down. And there's also things you can do online. I can tell you right now how to start a business online and it'll cost you nothing.
Yep.
And 99.9% of you won't do it. Right? You get online, you start a Facebook group. Yeah, listen up. This is super important. This is how everybody does it. who makes, I don't know if you know Frank Kern, the consultant. He has 1,100 people in his mastermind group, and he takes $349 a month. That's $400K a month from Facebook. What does it cost him? Nada. Right? Yeah. So even if it did cost $11 a month, so you start a Facebook group. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So you start a Facebook group. In that Facebook group, you get people who are interested in that one subject in whatever it is that you're focusing on.
Yeah.
And you build that group to 500. Then you start a personal coaching mastermind in that group, where people join another group for $99 a month, $199 a month, and they get tailored care, tailored solutions, right? And then it goes on from there. Then you can do one-on-ones and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
And you build it up to 500 people, 500 times 100 a month. That's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
Simple as that.
It's easy. There you go. Business in a day.
You got to build that. You have to have content. You got to treat it like a job.
Yeah, of course.
When you have a Facebook group, you need 3 posts a day. You need a live every day. You see me doing it.
Yeah,
right?
I see you.
You need a live every day, and you need a post every day of some kind of something that's going to activate their mind.
Yeah.
And then usually a question a day as well. So you keep them occupied. Then you get other people who are in the group who love it, who sort of activate. Like Vetpreneur Tribe is not my tribe.
Yeah.
I just said, I'm so active in there. Andrew's like, go ahead, do it.
Yeah, you guys saw you have the little star shield thing, like the contributor.
Yeah. It's unfortunately, you have no choice when you're an admin.
So good.
Star shield.
No problem. I really enjoy your videos, so that's great.
I wanted the lightning bolt, but they wouldn't give it to me.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Well, I think that's a lot of information. I'd love to have you back on more frequently. We have a lot of opportunity. We have an online learning platform that we do. We'd love to maybe have you contribute to kind of. We dip a lot into like the physical product space and tech space, creating, but not so much professional services that frequently. I think you'd be a great asset for that. It's an online program tailored toward.
Well, that's fine. I'm helping 2 veterans right now bring the products into Costco, Walmart, Target, things like that. So I've done that already. I've done it actually quite a few times. Amazon.com, the whole works.
Yeah.
So for physical products, I'm not a stranger to that either.
Yeah. Well, sweet.
Yeah, I'd be honored. And I'm speaking at the on the 21st of September in Bunker Labs Valley.
Yeah. So with Dean. Yeah. Shout out Dean. Dean's actually the one who made this connection, so shout out Dean.
Dean
Bunchu. Yeah. There you go. The animal.
There you go. Actually, in German, it's Bundschuh. It's a very famous, very famous name in Germany from the Rhine area, and it's such an old name as before they had first names. So it used to be the Bundschuh family.
Yeah.
They didn't have first names back then. That's how old that name is. So he's carrying tradition like seldom in America.
Dean, you hear that, Dean? Does he know that? That's awesome. Cool. Well, Steven, thank you so much for joining us. I will shoot you a note afterwards, and thank you so much. We'll have you on again. So
my pleasure.
Thank you very much. And everybody else out there, tune in next week. We'll see you again, 4:30 p.m. Central. I don't know what camera I'm looking into, but either way, we'll be right back here next week. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Adam. Steven, thank you so much.